So Armageddon must be a battle at Megiddo, Mount Megiddo. Okay, we have been taught this for centuries. It's bogus. And all you need to do is go to Megiddo. There's no mountain there. So let's go back to Revelation 16:16 and just look at what the text says. They assembled them, again for this battle, at the place that in Hebrew is called Armageddon. This is a Hebrew term. And if we turn on our interlinear and we click on Armageddon, this is what it looks like in Greek. It's one word in Greek, but it's actually two in Hebrew. This is a transliteration of a phrase in Hebrew. We have Armageddon, but actually we're mispronouncing it. It's Har-Mageddon. I want to show you something here just in case you don't have Greek under your belt here. This is the term that you'll see in Revelation 16:16. Do you see this little mark right there? Looks like a backwards apostrophe. That is the H sound in Greek. Greek doesn't have the letter H. So to capture the verbal pronunciation of a speaker, they don't have a letter that stands for H. So what they would do is they would put this little mark, it's called a breathing mark. If you ever take Greek, this is like going to be in your first week of class. It's a breathing mark to tell you that when you see that mark with a vowel, it's almost always with a vowel. Occasionally it's with the R consonant, like in hrema, that word. That's unusual though. It's typically with a vowel. When you see that, you put an H in front of it. So what we actually have here, going back to the slide, is we have Har. Har in Hebrew means mountain. It's just the standard word for mountain, big hill, whatever, mount. That means, what's the rest of it? Magedon. What is the rest of it? Now here's what we're typically taught. We're typically taught that, let me just draw a line here if I can do it freehand. We're typically taught that the second half of this corresponds to the Greek letters M, G, and D, because we've got M, G, and D. Okay, we've got the mu, the gamma, and the delta. And so those who know that, okay, we're dealing with a Hebrew term, Mount MGD. What's a word with MGD in Hebrew? Oh, Megiddo. Well, that's that's fairly near Jerusalem, kind of. So Armageddon must be a battle at Megiddo, Mount Megiddo. Okay, we have been taught this for centuries. It's bogus. And all you need to do is go to Megiddo. There's no mountain there. And it's not Jerusalem. It's not the cosmic mountain either. There literally is no mountain. It is a flat plain. It can't be the reference to this. Now, if you go to Megiddo today, you'd say, well, look, the guide's pointing to Megiddo there and it's a hill. Yeah, you know what that is? It's a city overgrown. It's called a tell. That's the city. It's not a geographical, geological hill. There is no hill in the area. This cannot be the place of Armageddon. What you have instead is the key here is this consonant right here. How does Greek render the G sound? One option is as a G, okay? The Hebrew G would be this, that's Gimel, right? But that's not the only option. Let me just show you this. We have here Genesis 10:19 to illustrate what we're doing here. And the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gerar. Oh, there's a place name that begins with a G. And if you look, there's our Gimel. Okay, see, Mike? The G sound, that's Gimel. Well, that's nice. As far as Gaza, that's a different letter, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And Gomorrah, different letter. It's a letter that looks like this. If I go back to my screen, It's a letter that goes like this. That is the Ghayan. You see, Hebrew has two letters that have the G sound. Sometimes Greek would use a gimel. Other times it would use it would take Gomorrah as the G sound. Let me go back to Genesis 10:18. Explain this a little bit better. I'll go to the Septuagint. Same passage, okay? Genesis 10:19. Okay, here we go with the boundaries of the Canaanites. We're from Sidon as far as coming to Gerar. Okay, there's our G. That's the gamma in Greek. Gaza, gamma, and Gomorrah, gamma. You'll notice that Greek uses the same letter to render two different Hebrew consonants. Because Greek only has one. Hebrew has two, Greek has one. The Greek writers have no choice. If it's a R sound in Hebrew, that's the gamma. That's how we're doing it. That's all we've got. Now, if we take that back here, what if we have, instead of MGD, we have M, and then Ghayan is represented by that. What if we have this? In Hebrew, it looks like this. You know what that word is? I'll show it to you. You've already seen it today. You've already seen it. We go back. I'll just click on it here. It's faster. In Isaiah 14. There's Mount Har, Har-Magedon, Har, assembly, Moged, the Mem, the Ghayan, and the Dalet. This other letter is the vowel sound. Har-Magedon is the Mount of Assembly. It is not Megiddo. Now, I talk about this in Unseen Realm, but I wanted you to visually see it. What we have in Armageddon is Har, mountain, Moged. It's the Mount of Assembly. It's Jerusalem. Okay, Armageddon will not be fought at Megiddo. It will be fought over Jerusalem. Why? Because that's the cosmic mountain. It's the cosmic north. It's the place where God is. And not only that, but it's the place of the divine council. Armageddon is more than just a military engagement. It is a cosmic war. It is all the marbles for good and evil. It is a war, as the Dead Sea Scroll, War Scroll would put the phrase, it is a war of gods and men. Okay, that's what it is. And the description, Har-Magedon, the Mount of Assembly, captures all of that in just two words, in one phrase.